here's a short overview of what the dashboard is going to look like on your Wyze Cam Floodlight Pro. Now, keeping in mind, yours is going to look different depending on what kind of phone you're using with it. Right now, I'm on a tablet, so that's why it's kind of built like this. So we'll start from the top. You have your quality right here in the top corner, which switches between 1080p and 2.5K, the full definition. And it's only when we zoom in where we see the difference between the 2.5K and the 1080p HD. So right now you can barely see what's on the back of the van, but here from the van is about 25, 30 feet away from the camera. You can barely make out what the license plate is. Now, on the bottom of the screen, you have your floodlight controls. You can control these in a lot more detail inside the settings as in terms of brightness or when you want them to come on, but this just basically turns them on and off. And of course, right next to it, you have your mic and sound controls. That this is what the camera will hear and what you will hear from the camera. And over here, we have the basic controls that you would see that if you were on your regular phone. So of course you have your SD card, which will show you a timeline, but on your SD card. This is the subscription-free version to the S card. So what you want to do is sort of scroll to where you see action that is like sort of marked by this number right here. And you see this is me in the morning looking at the dog, talking to the dog. And so that is the general function of the SD card. Now, over here with this little icon right here, this is if you had the Wyze subscription that costs $3 per camera. This would let you more granularly figure out, what exactly we're looking for. So if we hit that, we can go to whenever it saw a person. We'll apply that real quick, and it'll take us to whenever it saw a person at night. Sometimes, for instance, at 1:40 in the morning, you see it was raining, so it did get a false read on a person. And at 4:29 a.m., I think the same thing was happening. It got a false read on the person. So if you turn your settings up, like I have mine up really high right now, it sometimes will misread rain, or even in this case, a pet for a person. Give me a second. Or a pet for a person. But as you can see, you can toggle between or select multiples of person or just general motion, packages, vehicles, pets, and faces. Now, you're not going to be able to get faces too good from a floodlight camera, depending on how high the floodlight camera is up off the ground. Now, the next one over is take photo. And of course, what that means, you can take a photo, or you can record. You can record. Right now it's recording, and that's basically saving to your phone, not the camera's SD card. That's saving to your phone or tablet or wherever you happen to be recording whatever's going on from. So in that, those recordings will show up in your album between photos and videos, just like that. And you can edit them, as in delete them by hitting the pencil icon on the corner there and just deleting, just like that. Now, finally, you have the siren. Now, I don't know if you can hear that, but it gives out about 100 decibel siren. Of course, you would have to catch whatever animal or human is doing whatever act is doing in the moment for you to activate that siren to deter them. Or you can simply set up an automation to trigger that siren automatically when, say, maybe you're not home and you want somebody, you want that siren to trigger to sort of deter somebody or get something or have some kind of recording of what's going on to, deter. So I'll show you how to do that real quick. So from your main screen, you want to go to automations, and then you want to hit the plus sign, and then you want to add an automation, and then you want to go to device and trigger. So you want to go to if whatever device, will go to that backyard cam, detects the person, save, and then you want to go to your do action. So you want to go again to that backyard camera, and you will find in here, give me 1 second, you can turn on the siren. So now we have a automation that basically will turn on that siren when the camera sees a person. Now, of course, you can change the time of day. Maybe you want to change it to the time of night. You want to change it to night or something like that, or you want to just have it happen when you're not home, just to scare that person off and give you a recording like that. All that can happen inside of the automation tab. So as you see, I have the automation stacked here. So when it does detect that person, the camera will turn on that siren and then upload a short video to the cloud, which is what you will see inside of your motion detection and you'll be able to see that event in your events tab down here, and you would click on what was going on at that time and it would show it to you. Now, this is only if you have the $3 a month subscription plan with the camera. You can't get this if you just have so you need the subscription for that. Now, if you don't have the subscription and you're just going off just the memory card, the way to get to it is like this. Under your devices under your devices menu, you would go ahead and find that camera, click on it, and then you would go into the recent events. And from here, I'm sorry, not the recent events, but down here on your bottom tab, you would go back into that SD card section. And what the SD card section does is it gives you a general icon of what was going on when, and you would kind of have to scroll through it to see, like from the point where you got that notification that something happened, you would kind of have to find where that is on the SD card. Again, those little icons where it might show like a person or, something going on, like a person here or something like that, that is still sadly something that's behind the paywall. But besides that, you're going to have to scrub through and sort of see where that motion is yourself based on the time that you got the notification and the siren came on. So that's the basic way that the security system aspect of it works without a subscription. It's self-monitored. So anyway, that's my quick and dirty deep dive on the Wyze Floodlight Cam Pro. Again, this can be had for $149 on the Wyze app or on the Amazon app. It's a really good camera for what it is. Your installation is as easy as connecting a couple of wires, provided that you already had an old floodlight there, or if you don't have a floodlight pre-installed, Wyze Camera has a bunch of other different cameras that will fit the need or fit whatever need that you might have, like this Wyze bulb cam, which literally goes into your front porch light and is a camera and is a bulb, so you can still turn it off and on and be able to look at people and packages right from your front step. At $50 here, this one requires no installation know-how and still gives you that 160-degree field of view to see everything that you need to see, and still has that memory card and still is subscription free. So anyway, we'll get into that one next. This is the Wyze bulb cam, and I'll show you how to install and do all the things with that. Thanks for listening to me. I've been Patrick Houston on Houston's Home Automation. Take it easy, guys.